Herbert Joseph Thomas Jr. was born in Columbus, Ohio, but spent most of his childhood in South Charleston, West Virginia, where his family moved when he was 7 years old. Thomas eventually went to Virginia Tech on an American football scholarship, joining the Virginia Tech Corps of Cadets as part of Charlie Company. In his senior year of 1940, he led his team in pass receptions and scoring, and all Virginia college players in scoring. He will go on to be named to the Virginia Tech Sports Hall of Fame. Thomas left Virginia Tech in July 1941 to enlist in the Army Air Corps, but transferred to the Marines because many of his friends were in that branch of service. Thomas was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor for his actions during combat versus Imperial Japanese Army forces on 7 November 1943 during the Battle of Koromokina Lagoon as part of the Bougainville Campaign of the Pacific Theater during World War II. Thomas attempted to disable a machine gun post with a hand grenade. Unfortunately, the grenade bounced off the jungle flora and fell back to his position. He immediately leaped onto the grenade to save the lives of his fellow Marines, who went on to destroy the enemy machine gun. A U.S. Navy destroyer, the USS Herbert J. Thomas, DD-833, named in his honor, was launched on 25 March 1945 and commissioned on 29 May. The Thomas Memorial Hospital, now part of Thomas Health System in South Charleston, West Virginia, Thomas Hall, a dormitory built in 1949 at Virginia Tech, and the Herbert J. Thomas Memorial Detachment No. 947 of the Marine Corps League are also named in his honor. His Medal of Honor citation reads, "The President of the United States of America, in the name of Congress, takes pride in presenting the Medal of Honor posthumously to Sergeant Herbert J. Joseph Thomas, United States Marine Corps Reserves, for extraordinary heroism and conspicuous gallantry above and beyond the call of duty while serving with the 1st Battalion, 3rd Marines, 3rd Marine Division Reinforced, in action against enemy Japanese forces during the Battle of Koromokina River, Bougainville, Solomon Islands, on 7 November 1943. Although several of his men were struck by enemy bullets as he led his squad through dense jungle undergrowth in the face of severe hostile machine gun fire, Sergeant Thomas and his group fearlessly pressed forward into the center of the Japanese position and destroyed the crews of 2 machine guns by accurate rifle fire and grenades. Discovering a 3rd gun more difficult to approach, he carefully placed his men closely around him in strategic positions from which they were to charge after he had thrown a grenade into the emplacement. When the grenade struck vines and fell back into the midst of the group, Sergeant Thomas deliberately flung himself upon it to smother the explosion, valiantly sacrificing his life for his comrades. Inspired by his selfless action, his men unhesitantly charged the enemy machine gun and, with fierce determination, killed the crew and several other nearby defenders. The splendid initiative and extremely heroic conduct of Sergeant Thomas in carrying out his prompt decision with full knowledge of his fate reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Naval Service. He gallantly gave his life for his country. As always, stay salty, devils, Semper Fi, and carry on.